Hey everyone, hey wellness crew, and welcome to today's live stream. I am so glad that you're here to join me. Today we're going to be doing some mobility things. We're going to be incorporating some tools as well, and we're going to be going through some yoga flows, including a little bit of Pilates, a little bit of everything. As we all know, I tend to kind of like to just free flow and incorporate a lot of different things so that way we can target a whole bunch of different areas of our body. But today I really want to do a focus on mobility, which is why I wanted to incorporate tools. I've recently been experiencing a lot of back pain and stuff like that. I think it might be from the way that I'm sleeping. And I know that a lot of people do experience, discomfort and back pain as well. So I wanted to show a couple of ways that you can alleviate this and work on this. And, it's not just a one thing can fix it. There's different tools and different things that you can do, different types of stretches, different types of yoga poses you can incorporate, different things that you can do to strengthen your body in order to start to eliminate some of this back pain or in order to at least alleviate some of it. So let's go ahead and get started. I love lacrosse balls. You've seen me, if you've watched my channel before, you've seen me use a single lacrosse ball. Well, this is a double. And what I love about this is that it is perfect for the spine. So before I start to warm up, because I do want to begin with a warm up in all honesty, I just want to go ahead and kind of have this on my spine a little bit. So this middle part right here, right, this little spot, this is where your spine is going to be. So this is going to be on either side of your spine. You don't want to have these parts on your spine. You want to have the curve be where your spine is, and then these sides are going to be where the muscle is on either side of your spine, okay? So find whatever spot is a little sticky for you. And allow your body weight to go ahead and kind of relax into it. I just know I've been experiencing so much tightness in my back. And I always think the best thing to do is to kind of play around, especially if you're not like really in tune with your body, right? You kind of want to just play around and find the areas, find the spots where you find you have discomfort or where you find that you have the most tightness, the most stickiness. And that's where you kind of want to focus your energy. Definitely breathing through it. Once you get to our upper back, it's a little bit trickier. You're going to, especially when it comes to where your shoulder blades are, it's going to get a little bit more uncomfortable, especially if you're carrying around a lot of knots or a lot of stress or a lot of tension. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and bring this to my lower back. Oh my goodness. So I'm raising up my feet off of the mat because I want to apply a little bit more pressure, apply a little bit more body weight. And this double lacrosse ball I got probably like a couple of years ago on Amazon. You can find them in sets. You can find the single and the double often sold together. The single is really good for a lot of things, but I like the double as well. I don't think I've actually I might have maybe a couple of videos where I've incorporated it, but I don't know if I've done a live stream where I've incorporated it. So I definitely wanted to show like it can be very, very useful, especially when it comes to your back. And a lot of other areas too, but and as I'm rocking side to side, I'm making sure that my spine is staying in the center. I'm lifting my bottom just a bit. Again, it's just applying a little bit of body weight, a little bit of pressure. Rolling just a bit. Lowering down, curling up a little bit, lifting our head up off of the mat. You can definitely apply support to your head using your hand. I just don't, I wouldn't be pushing up with your hand. It's just for applying support. Okay. Definitely a few pops. Wow. Okay. That loosened things up quite a bit for me. That's awesome. And it will definitely loosen up some things for you. So let's go ahead and do some sun salutations. We're going to raise our hands up overhead. Swan dive into a forward fold. Walk our hands forward into plank. Bending at the elbows for hovering, where only the palms of our hands, the balls of our feet, and our toes are in contact with the mat, nothing else. Coming forward for upward facing dog. Oh, upward facing dog feels so much better after using that. Taking our toes underneath to come into downward facing dog. Relaxing the neck. Trying to really press our heels as close to the mat as we can, pushing through with our palms. Stepping our right foot forward, coming into a lunge. You can have your hands on your hips, or you can raise your hands up overhead. Whichever one you want to do, it does not matter to me. I think sometimes we take our exercise and our movement and stuff a little too seriously. This is not supposed to be a super serious thing. This is supposed to be something where I want you to want to move. I want you to want to enjoy what you're doing. Having that connectivity to your body, of course, but enjoying what you're doing. All right, bringing our hands down to the mat, stepping that right foot back, coming back into downward facing dog, relaxing the neck. You can even pedal the feet, so bringing the one heel down at a time towards the mat while being on the ball of the other foot. And stepping our left foot forward to come into lunge on the left leg. Again, you can have your hands on your hips, raise your arms up overhead. There's a whole bunch of other stuff you can do. You can be silly with your arms if you want, doesn't matter to me. However you can make it fun for you, do it. That is a loud airplane. I do not know if the mic is picking that up, but it is loud as F. We're going to go ahead and bring our hands down back to the mat. Stepping the left foot back, we're going to go ahead and get back into downward facing dog. Pushing through the palms of our hands. Again, really trying to bring our heels as close to the mat as we can. Walking our hands back in towards our feet. Forward fold. And slowly rolling up. All right, we're going to do that again. So raising our arms overhead, raising our arms up overhead. Let's not forget speech, Jenna. All right, coming into a swan dive, into a forward fold. If you want, you can kind of move around a little bit in this position. Loosen your body up. We're going to walk our hands forward into a plank. We're going to bend at our elbows to come into hovering, where again, only the palms of our hands, the balls of our feet, and our toes are in contact with the mat. Nothing else, if possible. We're going to go ahead and come into upward facing dog. Pushing through those palms, rolling our shoulders down and back to the best of our ability. Tucking our toes underneath, we're going to come back into downward facing dog. Pushing through with those palms. If you need to do kind of like what I do, I kind of will push back a little bit and then relax a bit. You can totally do that by all means. Stepping that right foot forward, coming into lunge with the right leg. Having your arms do whatever's comfortable for you. Have them on your hips, raise them up overhead. You can get silly with it. But making sure that we do have our hips facing forward. Our front knee bent. Our back leg is straight-ish. So we have a little tiny bit of a bend in it, but we don't want it locked out. We're going to bring our hands to the mat. We're going to step that right foot back, coming back into that downward facing dog. And I love this position because it is so good for the back of your body. To get a stretch, to get more mobile, to get more flexy. Stepping that left foot forward, we're going to come into lunge on the left leg. And bringing our hands down to the mat, we're going to go ahead and set that left foot back, getting back into downward facing dog. Remembering to relax that neck. You can do those little pulses if that feels comfortable for you. If that's something you want to do. Or you can stay still. Whatever works for you in this moment is totally cool with me. We're going to start to walk our hands in towards our feet. Forward fold. And we're going to slowly roll up. Okay. So we're going to get into the lunge position. Let's go ahead and actually we're going to start with our left leg. I know we ended on it, but it's okay. So we're going to get into the lunge position with our left leg being forward. We're going to get our hands into prayer position, and we're going to go ahead and get into a spinal twist. So with our hands in prayer position, we're going to get our right elbow to the outside of our left thigh. We're going to aim to have our hands in the center of our chest if possible. If not, that's okay. And we're just going to go ahead and hold this position for a sec. Well, a little bit longer than a second, obviously. We'll go ahead and come back to center. Go ahead, come into standing. With our legs just this wide, we're going to go ahead and come into a straddle-legged forward fold. If your hands can touch the ground, awesome. If you want to go ahead and aim for your ankles or aim for your calves, that's great as well. Don't forget to relax your neck. And if you want to go ahead and kind of go side to side with it, you totally can. Feel a little bit of a stretch on the inside of your thighs. Just don't lock your knees. Now we're going to go ahead and come into a lunge with our right leg in front. Again, we're going to bring our hands into prayer position. We're going to do a spinal twist, so we're going to go ahead and bring our left elbow to the outside of our right thigh, aiming to have our hands in the center of our chest. And this is a little bit of a balance position. This will challenge your balance a bit. So definitely having that right foot grounded into your mat is highly suggested. Of course, in this Texas humidity, I start to slide on my skin because of all the sweat. So I do apologize. If you see me readjusting, that's usually why. And coming back to center, stepping forward. We're going to go ahead and come into a seated position. We're going to bring our right leg stacked on top of our left. So our right foot's on top of our left knee and our right knee is on top of our left foot. We're going to go ahead and lean forward. We're going to feel a nice stretch in our right glute. We're going to relax the neck. We're going to go ahead and push our elbows out just a bit. We're going to bend at our elbows, bring our hands to our upper back, and then try to go ahead and scoot those elbows out a little bit more. Releasing the arms, slowly rolling up. We're going to go ahead, do the opposite stack. So our left knee is going to be stacked on top of our right foot, and our left foot's going to be stacked on top of our right knee. We're going to go ahead and fall forward. And you might feel this in a different spot on the other side of your body. It just depends on your mobility, your flexibility, where you're stronger, which side you're stronger on. We're all asymmetrical when it comes to strength and flexibility and mobility. We're going to scoot those elbows forward. We're going to go ahead, bring our hands to our upper back. Releasing those arms, we're going to go ahead and slowly roll up. Take a few deep breaths with our spines nice and straight. Let's open up the front of our body just a bit. We're going to go ahead and get into frog position. So we're going to open up our legs, specifically our knees, right? We're going to bring our heels to right below our knees or a little bit closer in. We're going to get onto our forearms and we're going to push our bottoms back a bit, and you will immediately feel that stretch in your inner thighs. I guarantee it. What was that, like Men's Warehouse or something? I always remember that guy coming out in those commercials. I can guarantee it. Oh man. And since we're going to be doing some strength work, we're not going to hold these poses for too incredibly long, just because then we are going to see a little bit of a decline in our ability to do some of the strength work that we're going to be doing. However, I definitely want to showcase the poses that are going to give you the maximum benefit for more mobility, more flexibility in the areas that we need it the most. So, and we do have more stuff that we're going to do with the lacrosse ball. We still have a couple more tools that we're going to be using. So, coming out of frog, we want to definitely come forward and then kind of allow our legs to slowly close. Continuing to open up the front of our body. If you can or cannot do this, it's completely okay. The modification for this position is going to be bridge. So bridge is just going to be lifting your bottom up. Or if you would like, you can always bring your shoulders back beneath you and interlace your fingers behind your back. What I'm going to do is wheel. I know he's not watching, but oh man, it would be funny if he was. I could scare him. Sorry, inside joke. We're getting into wheel. And coming back down. Bringing the soles of our feet together, opening up our knees, opening up our arms. Lifting our chin up just a little bit, not a lot, but just a bit. We're going to go ahead, we're going to turn our head to the left-hand side. Taking a few deep breaths. And turning our head to the right-hand side. We're going to go ahead, bring our knees together. We're going to roll onto our left-hand side. We're going to cradle. Oh, hi, Aries. Thank you. Oh, and thank you guys so much for the likes. I appreciate y'all. We're going to go ahead and cradle the left side of our head with our hand. Oops. And all we're going to do is lift up our right leg. So we're just going to lift it up, not all the way, just about halfway, nice and slow and controlled. I like to have my toe pointed, or my toes pointed, but if you want to have your toes flexed, that's completely up to you. And now we're going to bring that knee up. Again, keeping it slow and controlled. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and switch sides. So coming onto our right side. Pretty much just going up and down both ways. All right. Nice, slow and controlled. Not going all the way up though, just going about mid. Well, of course, naturally I try to go all the way up. And all we're doing is using the weight resistance of our body, right? So whatever your leg weighs, that's what we're using. If you would like to, for some of the what I want to do is I actually want to go ahead and create a new playlist and have body weight exercises that include using ankle weights. I think that would be good, just so that way, you know, people can have something that seems easy that you can do with or without the ankle weights. So that way you have a little bit more resistance that you can use other than just your body. And for some people, just using their body weight is enough for them. But that way you would have the option and you'd be able to kind of see, okay, like this works for me, or no, maybe this is something I don't need the extra resistance for. So That's something that I definitely want to do in the future. All right, now we're going to go ahead, bring that knee up. Well, if you're following along, that's awesome. That makes me happy. Just a few more. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and get into downward facing dog. So pushing through the palms of our hands, aiming for our heels to get as close to the mat as possible. You can do those pulses if you would like. Relaxing the neck. We're going to go ahead and step our right foot forward, coming into pigeon. Oh, it's so humid. Coming down onto your forearms if you would like to, or staying on the palms of your hands. From pigeon, we're going to go ahead and get into half split. So we're going to straighten out that front leg. We're going to go ahead and fall forward with our upper body. We're going to go ahead, switch legs so we can get into pigeon with our left leg. Getting onto your forearms if possible, or staying on the palms of your hands if that's easier for you. Going ahead, coming onto the palms of our hands, we're going to go ahead, push back, and coming into half split, allowing our upper body to fall forward. We're going to go ahead, we're going to bring that left leg back. We're going to stay on our knees. We're going to come into puppy dog. So we're going to bring our arms forward. We're going to come onto our chin. All right, from there, we're going to go ahead and move on to some core work. So we're going to get our hands, we're going to go ahead and place them behind our head. We're going to bring our knees in towards our chest. We're going to lift up our head as we extend our legs, lower and lower our head as we bring our knees in. We're going to release our hands. We're going to go ahead and bring them to underneath our knees, hugging our knees in towards our chest. We're going to go ahead and bring our arms out to each side. We're going to straighten out our legs, and we're going to start with going clockwise. With our toes, we're going to make circles. Other way. Perfect. Now let's go back to using our tools. Thank you, Aries, for all your comments. I'm not going to use that one. But I am going to use this one in a moment. And this one. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to hit our hamstring by placing the lacrosse ball underneath the upper part of our hamstring and the middle part. We're just going to simply press down using the weight of our body. You move it side to side. Then backing off the body weight, we're going to go ahead and lower it. And then do the same thing. Find the spot that's stickiest for you, that is the tightest, that is the most uncomfortable, and really lean in. Applying the most pressure, applying the most weight. You can flex your foot, you can point it, just finding that spot that is the stickiest. Okay, doing the same thing with the right leg. So start with the upper part of your hamstring. And in these moments where we find ourselves the most uncomfortable or the most, like, oh, why am I doing this? Just remember, this is good for your body. This is going to help you become more mobile. This is going to help you with your everyday movements, the normal things that you're doing. This is going to help you with just simply like bending over, not feeling so much discomfort in the back of your body. Staying motivated to do the uncomfortable, because in the long run, it's actually going to get you more comfortable doing a lot more things and becoming a lot more mobile. Okay, then moving it down. And again, applying the pressure. And it'll be different for each side because it just depends again on our flexibility, mobility, and our strength on each side. Like I said earlier, we are all asymmetrical and we're all different. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to use the yoga wheel for two things. First, I'm going to use it on my calves. And again, this is just breaking up the fascia. So breaking up some knots. Rolling it out. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, right there. Okay. So if you pay attention to my calf, you're going to see a little speed bump happening. Right about there. So that's where my knot is. So I know I'm not going to release it right now, and that's okay, but definitely working on getting it a little bit looser and slowly going down my calf to work on the whole thing, finding where I'm tightest, finding where I have the most stress being carried, where I'm holding on to the most amount of stress, because that's definitely what happens with our bodies. We tend to kind of hold on to things that we're experiencing emotionally, and our body definitely will keep a score. All right, awesome. All right. And this you can definitely do for longer. I'm just kind of shortening it for time. After this live stream, I'm definitely going to be paying some more attention to my calves for sure. Wow. Like definitely the upper part of my calf needs a lot more attention than I'm spending in this time frame, only because it would take up too much time. So something like voodoo banding would be something that would be something I'm going to do. You can Google that and look that up to see how to do that, because I don't have my voodoo band out here right now. Ah, yeah, this one's painful. Ah, torture with Jenna. All right. I definitely want to hit my back with the yoga wheel as it is typically intended. You can use this for a whole bunch of different things and opening up a whole bunch of different areas of your body, of course. Right? And then one thing I do want to show for the shoulders, you can do this standing, you can do this kneeling. I should have done this earlier, but I didn't. Is just going forward and back. Using something stretchy, I always recommend. Oops, got my hair there. If this is something you can safely do, awesome. If this is not something you can safely do, if you've had surgery, or if this is just not a rotation that you can safely do, then don't do this. But if this is something that you can safely do, then by all means, I highly recommend it. Keeping our core nice and engaged. So keeping it at about 20% the entire time. So what does that mean? If someone was to come up and punch you, you would have your core tightened at about 20%. So that way it would knock the wind out of you. Shout out to my former mentor for teaching me that one. All right. So outside of that, that's about everything I have today to cover. Thank you so much for joining me for today's live stream. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and or join one of the membership tiers as it is popping off with content. And I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Be well, stay wild as well.